I'll tell you my biggest life lesson learned. This was when I was an investment banker. I worked for an investment bank called Donaldson Lufkin Gemright. And it had at the time, probably the number one banker was in my office, a guy named Ken Mullis. And he left to go to UBS, and my office got divided. We had about 160 bankers in LA, by far the largest office outside of New York City. And he went to go to UBS, and at the end of the day, about half the people went to UBS with Ken, and half the people stayed at Credit Suisse. Well, I stayed at Credit Suisse. And the reason I stayed at Credit Suisse was I looked at Credit Suisse plus DLJ meant they were number 1, 2, or 3 in leverage finance and equities, right? Top tier bank. UBS wasn't even in the top 10. About 2 years later, 9/11 happened, and they laid off a significant amount of people at CSFB. They offered me a chance to go back to New York and work for somebody I'd never met in the M&A group. I declined and went elsewhere, but most of us got laid off. Everybody went to work with Ken. He kept them all, even though 9/11 did create a fair amount of challenges for investment banking, and they were all being paid lots of money as well. I kept every single one of them. So the lesson I learned was don't bet on the platform, bet on the individual. Had I gone with Ken, I might have still been an investment banker, working for, what's now a publicly traded company, Mollison Company. It's got a merchant bank and an investment bank, all by one guy that I used to work for. Should have followed him across the street instead of staying at the better looking firm.
That's a good lesson.
Yeah. I'm the person, not the platform. He took care of everybody.
The world where the money at, right there. Tap it with tax shot.